Welcome to the Calallen Softball Coaches Show. I'm your host, Chris Daly, and each week I will be talking with head coach Teresa Lentz from the Calallen Wildcats softball team. We will jump in right after these messages. We definitely want to thank our title sponsor, Shocker Wildlife Resources. Yes, Anthony Trevino at Shocker Wildlife, they do it all. Ranch and wildlife management. They do helicopter surveys, harvest data management, wildlife management plans, water distribution, prescribed burns, consulting, feeding programs. If you have a ranch, you need Shocker Wildlife Resources as your consultant. You can reach them by reaching out to Anthony Trevino, 361-850-0609. Yes, call Anthony Trevino at 361-850-0609. If you have a ranch, you definitely need to know Anthony. Caliber Collision understands how much you depend on your vehicle. Let their repair experts help you get back to what's most important. Caliber Collision and Caliber Auto Glass specialize in happy customers, expert repairs, and most importantly, restoring the rhythm of your life. That's Caliber Collision. You can find them at caliber.com. All right, everybody, join me in welcoming Coach Teresa Lentz to the Calallen Softball Coaches Show. Coach, how are things today?
Doing good. How are you, Chris?
I'm doing great. We have such great weather. It's just, life's good.
Yeah, no, agreed. We're enjoying this weather. I know it's going to get worse here before you know it, but we'll take these nice, not too hot days and cool evenings.
Yeah, no doubt. So let's talk about a hot day in terms of the result. That Robstown game, 13-2. Talk about that one.
Oh no, yeah, it was a great game. We had Jordan pitching. She did a great job. She had 13 strikeouts. We ended up taking care of it in 6 innings, but from the beginning of the game, you might not have thought that would happen. And sometimes it takes us a while to kind of adjust and kind of get our time down and whatnot. But the girls do a great job of playing defense and working hard and having quality at bats and putting pressure on the other team in those at bats, and I think in a roundabout ways putting pressure on the pitcher. And so they had a pitcher who started for them for the first 4 innings. He kind of held us to 4 runs, but we were kind of getting our timing down about the 4th inning or so, and then they put in their other pitcher who's, in my opinion, very, very good. But at that time, I think we kind of warmed up and hitting's contagious and kind of just put 9 on the board. So it was a pretty good showing. And they fought back. I mean, they scored 2 in the 6th. They definitely didn't just roll over and whatnot. So props to them for fighting. But the girls, it was good to see them kind of battle through some stuff and handle some adversity. So, trying to get us prepared for the future.
Yeah, definitely. And for Jordan, that was her 11th win, correct?
Yeah, it was her 11th win, yes.
Double digits wins at this level is amazing. And the fact that she just keeps adding on. Talk about the importance of her on this team.
Jordan's a bulldog, and she's a competitor. And, she pushes herself to be her best. She works hard. In return, she expects others to do the same. And, but there's not a lot of people like her necessarily who she has a different mindset than some girls that we, especially in the circle. But, she's hard on herself. And it's a double-edged sword sometimes in the pressure she puts on herself and, how she thinks she's performing or not performing. I will say she's matured a lot in the past couple of years that we've had her here in the program. And this season, she's really, really improved a lot mentally on the mental side. But she still has room to grow. And so we're proud of her. I mean, nobody can see what we're seeing. But for the most part, I mean, she's working her tail off day in, day out, and it's proving it, and it's showing with her wonderful performances in the circle. So Jordan's an amazing ball player. We're working on trying to get her to just keep growing from where she's at. The crazy thing is she still has more room to grow. So it's exciting. It's exciting to see that just happen right in front of our eyes every day. Every day she's out there playing. So it's just an honor to have her do her thing. And I give a lot of credit to Coach Tina and pushing her and helping her do what she needs to do, because it's really fun to watch. And so many people come and tell me that they just love watching her and seeing her play. And it's you don't see that every day. She's doing a great job for us.
I love it. And you're already the district champs. A lot of coaches would say, okay, we want to take it easy. We don't want any injuries to our starters, so maybe we put in some other players here. But you're going up against TM, so it's a rival. What's the philosophy there, the focus?
Kind of the same we've been focusing on, and not necessarily lay down or anything. We TM's our biggest rival, just like you said, and the girls are go after real. They're gonna bring it. They're gonna bring their juice, and I expect TM to do the same thing. It should be a great game, and we're gonna see what happens, but nothing's guaranteed in this game. I play it out. I wish we know what the outcome's going to be, but I think we play our game, we do what we need to do. Then yes, I believe things will go in our favor. It's a matter of how we handle ourselves and how we handle everything that comes with us.
Excellent. And talk about health-wise, because you got a lot of girls who have had some minor nagging injuries. You've also had a lot of girls participating in track and field. How is the health of the girls?
Yeah, no, we have 3 girls going to regionals for track. We have Audrina Almaraz that's going for, I believe, discus, and I believe maybe shot. I'm so sorry, I get them confused. And then Brooklyn the same. And then we have Lizzie Smith that is going to go for high jump. Brooklyn Metter went to state last year for discus, and I know it's something that she's trying to push herself to do again. And Lizzie last year qualified for regionals, and I know she's trying to, prove herself and see what she can do and hopefully get an opportunity to go to state as well. So, there's some nagging pains there for them that they've been battling and trying to keep them healthy as best they can, bouncing back softball to track every day. So it's a lot on them. It's a lot on the girls, but I'm proud of them for doing what they're doing and representing Calallen the way they are, because it's really something special.
Excellent. And if you could, give us a feel for the mood around the clubhouse with the girls. In some settings, you've got everybody serious, everything's business. Some settings, everybody's a cut up. But how do you explain the mood for the girls?
I would say as coaches, our job is to prepare them. And we don't necessarily, or we're not necessarily preparing them for, tomorrow's game or whatnot. We're preparing them for what's to come and what we know what's to come. And so we're, trying our best to consistently put pressure on them in practice, however that might be. And they don't necessarily always like it. And so I imagine sometimes their mood is not the happiest. But we know that adversity in practice is going to help them for the future. It's not things that they like to do in practice. It's not, trying to force them to face failure in practice. And it doesn't bring out, the best of moods or the happiest of moods. We're not going through the motions a lot in practice. We're trying to, get the best out of them and have them push themselves and push each other and figure out what we need to work on and how we need to get prepared for the future. So, I wouldn't say we have that ooh, everybody's happy. That's not our practices. But I will say the mindset of the girls is to take care of business and to play on the last day and win. That's the mindset of them. I think deep down they know that's what we need to do to help get our girls and get themselves prepared for the future. Whether they want to do that or not, that's another thing. But they know that's what they need.
Definitely. So let's talk about the future, the playoff picture. How are things shaping up there?
Well, it's looking like we're going to play Far Valley View from the Valley the first round, trying to set something up with that coach. They want a one game, and we'll do a series. So we're trying to figure out exactly how that's going to pan out here. So I was in contact with him yesterday, so we'll see how that works out. Hopefully we get something settled before tomorrow, I would imagine, and kind of get that in the books. And then after that, it should be either Needville and Beeville for the second round. So Needville played to go to state last year at the regional final. So it's going to be a tough route no matter what. So they're a great team, and it's there's no easy way to cut it with this new way of splitting the big school and small school. So
yeah, and talk about some of those negotiations you have with the other coaches. Because is it just venues or are there other things that are decided?
Yeah, no. So being the district champ, we were able to decide whether we get a one game or a series. So try to do what we can to try to get things going. But as far as like the site, we'll have to flip for the site. We have to see if the site's even available. We might work if we can get Hebronville. So after this right now, I'm going to call Hebronville and see what they have available wise for their fields. Try to get some stuff in the books, because if not, then we'll be behind in everything. We won't have anything. So, starting to pan out who we might play and where we might want to play, just so we have everything ready to go when the time comes. So
yeah, and you mentioned the one game versus a series. It would seem to me that the team perceived as better would, I don't know, want a series just to prove in case it wasn't. You don't want to get one fluke game.
Yes.
But then that also tires your arms. So what's the thinking there?
Oh, well, I mean, we have two pitchers, so that want to get them some games and get them prepared for what's to come, and have them, a whole week without pitching a game is a lot. So trying to get them to get those, to get in the field, the playoffs, and what we need to do and handle that kind of pressure and start getting, ready for stuff is a good thing in my eyes. So just trying to get them up and going and not really get too comfortable with those long weeks of not playing and just practice. Kind of can get a little monotonous for the girls because they're not used to it. So, something like that to keep their minds going and not too comfortable.
I love it. Well, Coach, again, congratulations thus far. Good luck against TM, and hopefully we'll be talking more in detail about the playoff picture next week.
All righty. Thank you so much, Chris.
We also need to thank Downtime Services. Downtime Services offers specialized on-site field machining services that maximize your uptime without sacrificing quality. Their team of expert field machining services technicians will come to you and repair and modify your equipment on-site and on demand. Downtime Services, whatever you need, whenever you need. Find Downtime Services online at downtimeservices.com or call them at 800-900-1256. Hey, once again, I want to thank you for tuning in and listening to the Calallen Softball Coaches Show. Please share, subscribe, get the story out about this amazing program, these amazing girls, and don't forget to go out, fill the stands, and support your Calallen Wildcats. Lone Star Gridiron is looking for interns. Over the years, we have helped dozens of students get jobs in sports media. If you want to shortcut your path to a career in sports media, click on the internship link on LoneStarGridiron.com.